Peace and blessings, Young Nas from iGotOptions LLC, and in this video I wanted to talk about what volume is. So there's this term called volume on the stock market. Now, what is volume? Alright, so volume is just a number that tells you how many shares of a stock has been traded. So why is that important? Like, why do we need to know that? We need to know that because that's how we figure out how active a company is. Like, you don't want to invest or trade a stock that's not active, because what happens is you need buying and selling to happen. And so when there's a low amount of volume or a low amount of shares being traded on the stock market or on a stock in general, that means that there's not a lot of buying and selling happening. So what is that going to do to the stock? It's just going to stay, like, basically not move at all. So you need, well, and one thing to understand when you're trading or investing is figuring out what there's this thing, it's the volume or the average daily volume of a stock is, and that tells you basically a number of the average amount of shares that's been traded for that stock. And I would say a good volume to look for in a company is 1 million. So when you look this up on a website like Yahoo Finance or TipRanks, I would say look for a company with 1 million volume, because that tells you that during that period of time, like every day, that company is having shares traded. They're having 1 million shares traded, and that's not really easy. Not a lot of companies can do that. So that's a good sign of activity on a stock. So that's what volume is. It basically tells you how much activity there is. It's just like a number for activity. So if there's a stock that has less than like 1 million, then I would say it's not as active, and you might want to tend to stay away from that. Anything over 1 million volume, I would say, is pretty good. But obviously, just do your own research on what volume is, and you kind of understand where I'm coming from.